Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a look again at top 5 battles for the Ultra League as well as for the Fossil Cup today, as we're going to now move on later on into the Jungle Little Cup. So if you have some interesting battles as well, please send them in with a link in the description, this series list from your battles, so definitely check that on out, definitely send some in. Here we're going to have 5 top battles for today, and we're going to have here a very bad lead for you with a Galarian, it's actually Galarian Stunfisk there, with the Rangaroo in the lead, as well as we're going to have now the Scizor or Weezing. Of course, Weezing does not appreciate any Earthquake here, and we're going to see that they're going to use both of their shields for this matchup. Being 2 shields down is definitely not ideal here, but you can go for the Brutal Swing as the opponent going to swap into the Giratina. This is going to be a little bit better for you, especially as you're going to be able to now align your Rangaroo against this Pokemon. Rangaroo will be able to go ahead and go for Foul Play against this Pokemon, as it's going to be able to resist the fast move of Shadow Claw, which is really cool to see. One of the Pokemon that I still have to build for the Ultra League for sure. Very cool Pokemon here. But let's see, Foul Play comes through. We're going to most days here knockout here, or is it even enough damage? It is enough damage, and we're going to see back the Galarian Stunfisk here. Now you can align your Hexorus later, but you of course still are 1 shield down now. And the opponent still is forced to go for an Earthquake here. Rockslide definitely does not do enough damage. Rangaroo is a bulky boy. And we'll see the Hexorus coming in here with a counter. No, we're gonna see the Weezing coming in here actually. Going for the Overheat first. I thought you would go into the Hexorus, but no, you're gonna go into the Weezing. Let the opponent throw a charge move here right now, which is going to be the Earthquake still. They had so much energy. Can the Hexorus just sweep endgame? It's going to be a Poliwrath in the back. This is going to be a really difficult one, as Poliwrath usually runs Ice Punch, so let's see here what the opponent gonna do. They're gonna go for the charge move here right now. It's going to be the Power Punch. It's Power Punch Scald, and this is going to be their downfall here, as we're going to see the undercharge on the Breaking Swipe in order to get to a move against the Galarian Stunfisk here, and I think there was even a CMP tire. What a play for the first game here already. Amazing gameplay there. Got hard countered and came back with some insane plays. Next opponent, or next player here, we're going to have a team with Deoxys defense, the Steelix here, which is going to be a Shadow Steelix, and the Double Scizor. Triple XL, very bulky, but in this format you don't have to have always just squishy Pokemon or like always just spicy Pokemon. It depends on how you play around with them. Here we're going to see a very neutral lead of the Mewtwo in that lead, which is going to be okay for you. You can go for Thunderbolt. This is usually a fairly decent lead for the Deoxys, as Thunderbolt is going to be neutral, while Side Strike and Dynamic Punch from the opponent's Mewtwo is going to be resisted, allowing you to go for a Psycho Boost now and knock them out. Which now you're going to go ahead and swap out into your double here, immediately swap out, and we see the Cobalion in the back. This is a hard counter for the double. Double cannot hit the Cobalion at all, unless you would run the Wild Charge on this Pokemon. You cannot hit this Pokemon, so that's going to be an interesting one to see how you try to come back from that. We're going to see the Body Slam coming through here. This is going to be very decent for you. But yeah, we're going to see that the opponent can go for a charge move before you can go for another Body Slam. And I think they have actually some energy stored as well, so it's going to be a tough one to come back from this, as you're forced to go into the Deoxys. You're going to use a shield against the opponent as well, and they're most likely going to swap out again into the Drapion here, which now are going to get hit by the Thunderbolt, which you're going to use a shield against, or the opponent uses a shield against. Now it's a Steelix in the back there. But you see the moveset of Steelix, while we are ground type here and also part steel typing, we are not going to have any ground type charge move here, and we only have resisted charge moves against the opponent, but Psychic Fangs plus the shadow damage of Dragon Tail is going to add up quite a bit here. Crunch is coming through, super lucky to not get a debuff yet, as we're going to see another Crunch coming through here from the opponent. It's going to look a little bit difficult, as the opponent going to swap out into the Cobalion. You can go for one charge move here right now. The Steelix is insanely low. You're gonna get the shield here. You can try to go for a shield against the Cobalion here as well to try to get the knockout against them, and you do exactly that. Now you have to try to get to a Thunderbolt in time, but it's going to be a CMP tie here that you're going to lose against the Drapion. Now it's going to come down to the wire. You have the clock ticking down there as well. We're going to see these Psychic Fangs coming through. Is this enough to knock out the opponent? It is not, but who has more HP? It is the Steelix with like exactly 1 HP left. This was so insanely close. That is absolutely wild. Next opponent here, the name is a little bit cut off. Maybe I can still do it in post-production. I'll just move the gameplay a little bit to the side. But we're going to have Granny out of Singapore here, which is going to be interesting, as they're going to get kind of wild. We're going to have the Rock type on the lead, and now we're going to have also a Fairy type coming in with the Granbull. You're going to see the Leaf Blade coming through against the opponent, which is going to get the shield here at least, then you can go for a full farm down with your Typhlosion, which is going to be interesting. Typhlosion will go for a shield against the Crunch, which definitely does make sense, and you're gonna get 100 energy now against them. We're going to see here right now that they're just going to go blind for the Solar Beam here, as you can see, but they lose CMP. This is not how it's supposed to be. Like, this does not work like this. Like, this is not how the game works, and they're gonna get an extra fast move in, and like the game literally just screwed them up because they should have got the move through before the opponent gets their charge move off, but the game just completely destroys the opponent's chance here of winning this game, or like this player's chance here of winning this game. But actually, they can still get to the Blast Burn, which is just going to one-shot the opponent. Chestnut in the back here, and they can go for the Blast Burn immediately, but they decide to swap out first. They definitely could have went for this, the Blast Burn and knocked them out, but I guess they're just going to try to troll around here a little bit as the opponent can go for some Frenzy Plans, and we will see right now Frenzy Plan coming through, Shadow Ball coming through as well. Going to do some decent damage, does not knock them out yet though, and the opponent can still knock you out here with a 1 HP left, but they of course still have a Blast Burn stored. And this Blast Burn going to still win you the game, but insane how much they got screwed up by Niantic in this game, not being able to throw the Solar Beam. It's a clear win, by the way, in terms of the CMP type for the Typhlosion. Typhlosion has the same attack stat as, or like in general, the same stats as Charizard, for example. There's no way that Aurora is going to be able to win CMP usually. Yeah, next game, we're going to have some Fossil Cup games here actually, which is going to have the Shadow Magnezone on the back, which is going to be a very interesting one here, as you're going to see very quickly. As you're going to see the Lantern in the lead here against the Escavalier. You can go for the Drill Run, but it's in general a fairly neutral lead because a Lantern just going to outspeed you with the Surf, which can be a little bit tricky, as you're going to now see the Surf coming through, going to do some decent damage, and you're going to keep your Escavalier alive because they're actually going to run the Ferrothorn in the back. So this is going to be very good for you that you're going to get out the Ferrothorn here, because both your, I mean, it's not good that the opponent has a Ferrothorn, but at least you're going to still have your Escavalier for this Pokemon later on. You can go for a Surf, get some damage onto the opponent, and they're going to throw here against you, which is going to be the Power Whip to just one-shot you, and you can still barely get to your move with your Escavalier here to knock them out. And now it's down to just the Magnezone, but Magnezone doesn't have shields, the Lantern has energy and still some health left, and they can go for a charge move here right now. This is really not ideal for you. Thunderbolt is coming through. Why did they go for Thunderbolt? It doesn't make sense, man. Go for a Surf, it's neutral. But the Wild Shot is coming through, one-shots the opponent's Escavalier, and Magnezone wins this one with a 1 HP and a Dream. Going on into the final game here against PokeAK here, and we're going to see the Algorithm coming in clutch with a Fire type against 3 Grass types here, so it's going to be a very tough one to come back from this one. Salazar especially is going to be awkward because of the Poison Fang. Poison Fang going to get the defense drop here already, as they're gonna go for the superpower to get the shield from the opponent, but of course they have 3 Grass types here against a Fire Pokemon that is doing a ton of damage against them, leaving all the Poison Fangs to go through, and it doesn't get better here right now. You're going to have the Venusaur coming in here right now, literally Algorithm all over again here right now by the man of the Algorithm. Yeah, so we're going to now see the Frenzy Plant going to knock you out, and you have to go into the Ferrothorn. You still have 2 shield stuff, but of course the opponent's still going to have the Salazzle waiting in the back there. And Ferrothorn is even double weak against any Fire-type Pokemon, which is going to be insane. We're going to get out here now the Power Whip, which is not going to knock them out, but you're going to get more energy, which is very beneficial for you, as you might want to shield this move up here. Sludge Bomb coming through, and we're going to see the Salazzle coming through here right now as well. Charge Move coming through as well. Power Whip gonna get shielded. And we're gonna see another fast move getting through here. You're gonna see the no shield against the Poison Fang, and you can go for safely one fast move before the damage would even register from the opponent's Incinerate. Knocking out the Salazzle. What do they have in the back? Let's see right now. It's going to be the Walrein. It's not ideal though. You're going to be debuffed onto this Pokemon here right now, and it's not really looking too good. You try to catch a move, and it works out super well. Like this, you're going to be able to now get off the Ferrothorn again here. Hope that the opponent tries to catch. Not the best catch by the opponent here, and we're going to see that the Power Whip is all it takes now. But you're at 1 HP right now, and like through a shield, this actually can KO you right now. A shield does always take 1 damage off you, but you're still going to be able to survive it, knock them out with 1 Power Whip, and this is going to be it for today's top 5 battles of the week. Let me know in the comment section which one was your favorite, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye bye.